and welcome to Naturally Being Me. In today's menopause chit chat, I thought I'd come with the topic of menopause symptoms that you may experience. I know there's a whole range of menopause symptoms out there, anything from 30 all the way through to 100 symptoms. I did find a list, so I thought I'd just read them off as I speak. First of all, we have irregular periods, hot flashes, night sweats, fatigue, memory loss, the inability to focus, vaginal dryness, loss of libido, urinary tract infections, urinary incontinence, bloating, thinning of hair, brittle nails, sleep disturbances, dizzy spells, mood swings, panic disorder, anxiety, depression, insomnia, weight gain, frequent headaches, sensation of a burning tongue, digestive issues, muscle tightness, joint pain, allergies, body odor changes, itchiness, osteoporosis, irregular heartbeat, breast pain, changes in breast tissue, tingling sensation, and last of all, electric shock sensation. But that's only 35 symptoms that I've mentioned here. If I'm looking at the symptoms that I've gone through, that I'm still going through some of them, I do have the irregular periods, hot flashes now and again, not as much as I used to. Night sweats, didn't really experience that one too much. I think I got off quite lightly with the night sweats. I've had the night sweats where more the back of the neck, sweaty at the back of the neck, and probably my head as well. And more time I would put a towel down when I go to bed. Apart from that, I've been quite lucky in that respect. Hot flashes, sorry, let me go back to hot flashes. Hot flashes, I would say, for me, have been off and on. Not as much now. And I think it's because of a product that I've been taking as well, but I will come back to that in a later video. Fatigue, still have a little bit of that now and again. Also, there's lapses in memory. I have plenty of those, no doubt about it. Lapses in memory to me have been very much, I could be halfway through a conversation, lose my train of thought, completely can't remember the last thing I said. Then I may sort of 10 minutes later come back to say, oh yes, I remember what I was supposed to say. Walking into a room knowing you came here to do something or to pick up something. Can't remember why I came this direction. Having to retrace your steps, go backwards, and then realise, oh yeah, I remember what I came for, and you quickly go and do what you need to do. Plenty of that. Still experiencing that up till now. Not sure when that's gonna bypass me, but it's been there for quite a few years, that type of memory lapse. Okay, coming away from that, inability to focus. Again, that's another thing. I could be staring at a computer for ages, trying to concentrate on doing something, but I just can't get my brain to work that day. Sometimes I just have to put the computer down and leave it for a few hours, and hopefully later on that day, if not the next day, I'm back up where I need to be. So the inability to focus is definitely something that's back and forth. Vaginal dryness, I wouldn't say I've really experienced that, not in the extremes I've heard of other friends. But again, I have a product that has worked in regards to the lubrication down there. That has helped that. So I will again talk about that in another video. Loss of libido, I would say when it comes to sex, I could take it or leave it, to be honest. I really cannot be bothered. Urinary tract infection, I did mention that in regards to the irregular period video that I filmed. Urinary incontinence, again, I will talk about that in another video. Also a product that I've used that has definitely helped that. So I will come back in another video with that one. Bloating, on the odd occasion, yes, I would say bloating, but not a big deal. Thinning of hair, definitely thinning of hair. I have around my edges lost a lot of hair, which is why I wear a headband or a wrap quite often, because it's very thin or virtually touch of alopecia at the side here. So that's definitely a problem. Even though I may have long hair, the front part of my hair is very spacious. Next we have brittle nails. On occasion, not as much as at the beginning, before I started taking more supplements and so forth. So that has sort of improved over time. But they still can get a little brittle, a little sort of, I'm not too sure what you can see. I find my nails are a little see-through, which makes them brittle. So at the moment, they've got that sort of see-throughness going on, but there's times where they've been very white and very thick. So again, I need to look at that again. Sleep disturbances, plenty of that. Not so much now. Not so much now. That has improved. But there was a period a couple of years ago where I was waking up always around 4 o'clock in the morning. Every time around 4 o'clock in the morning, being disturbed, waking up, not able to sleep, taking me probably an hour to get back to sleep. So that became a problem for a period. Still happens now and again, but not as often. Dizzy spells for me were more during the I'll mix that with anxiety as well. Whenever I suffered anxiety, the dizzy spells will come on. So yeah, I'd put those two together, anxiety and dizzy spells. Mood swings, not really. I've never suffered with them really when it came to periods in general, which a lot of women supposedly do. And I haven't really suffered with it during the perimenopause either, so I can't talk on that one. Panic disorder and anxiety, which are the next two, definitely. I have a video on that, and I will post that video. But there is a part 2 that I need to add to that video as well. So that was probably the biggest part of my journey when we look at perimenopause. Then we have depression. Twice in the space of, in the past 10 years, I would say I've suffered that. And there've been short spells of maybe a month here, 2 or 3 months over here, but that's over the space of the past sort of 10 years, I'm going to say. We've already talked about insomnia. Hang on, sleep disturbances and insomnia. That to me is the same thing. Yeah, so we've already talked about insomnia in that case. Weight gain, definitely a game changer for me. That weight gain for me came about 6 years ago. I was struggling to take weight off, whereas before I could eat what I want, exercise, and the weight would come off, no problem. But now I was exercising, eating the same foods, and having trouble trying to get rid of the stomach and the thighs, and still is a problem even up to now. So I still have to get on top of that. Oof, that's going to be a journey in itself. I don't know where I'm going to go with that one, but hopefully over time that will, yeah, we'll talk about that in another video. Frequent headaches, no. That's something I've never really suffered from in the past, let alone during perimenopause. So again, I can't really talk about that one. Then we have sensation of a burning tongue. Nope, haven't experienced that. Again, I can't really talk about that. Digestive issues, yeah, suffering with acid reflux when I think about digestive issues. Then we have muscle tightness. No, I can't really say that one. Haven't experienced that. Then we have joint pain. Oh yes, joint pain. I think after 40, we all can relate to the joint pain. It comes on very slowly. I started with the clicking of the right knee. And that was more climbing stairs. I'm hearing this click, 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 click. And I'm thinking, what the is this? What's going on? And it's during those times that you're thinking, is this menopause? I keep hearing this word menopause. I didn't know anything about it, but I started to do my research to find out that this is a common problem. Then we have allergies. Again, with allergies, I'm going to go back 5 years with allergies. My hay fever came back after maybe 15 years of not experiencing hay fever. All of a sudden, I'm suffering with hay fever every single year now. So that's something that's happened. Then we have body odor changes. Oh, no, I can't really say that one. No. As far as I know, I still smell the same. No, that may come later. I don't know, but at the moment, I haven't experienced that. Itchiness for me came when the hay fever came back. Those two came side by side. And that's when I started taking my antihistamines because of that. And both of those things eased off with the antihistamines. We have osteoporosis. Now, I don't really know much about this. I know I've got osteoarthritis in my big toe, which is why I don't really wear heels a lot, because it does pain to wear high heels. I probably go as far as 3 inches at the most in heels, and that's pushing it, to be honest. But I do prefer to wear more kitten heels if I'm wearing heels at all. Osteoporosis, I really can't tell you any more about that. I'm going to have to look that one up. Irregular heartbeat, yep, that came with the anxiety. When I was suffering with anxiety and panic attacks, that was part of it. The palpitations, the irregular heartbeat. Breast pain, yes, whenever I would have a period, all of a sudden I was experiencing breast pain. Whereas before, I never used to experience breast pains during periods. But I would always know my period was coming because my tits felt heavy. And the minute you took off your bra, it's like, oh, let me hold these for a minute, just for a minute, before I let them go. Yeah, it was that feeling. It's like, oh God, I felt that. It wasn't really during the period. It's a few days before the period would come, I would experience this breast pain. Then we have changes in breast tissue. Oh yes, that's happened in the past 2-3 years at most, I would say, the breast tissue. Whereas my tits used to sit more upwards, now I can put probably a pack of pencils underneath them because they've drooped that much. Then we have also tingling sensation. Yes, again, that's another thing. Again, I would say that goes back to about 10 years ago. I would get tingling more in my feet. So I'm going to relate that to the time of suffering with the fasciitis. The tingling will probably, I'll put the two together. Electric shock sensation, I don't know this one. So again, I can't talk about that. In regards to this list of what I have suffered with, I know there's plenty more. Hopefully I've touched on 1 or 2 things that you can relate to. I will come back and talk about the symptoms that I have been suffering with in more detail in separate videos. So those videos will probably be very short, sort of 5-minute videos if anything. Yeah, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hopefully I'll see you back in my next video.